Claim Accept, a podcast where we take any media we want, alter one thing about it, and see who would be affected by that one little change. I'm your host, Ninja.
On Cat Comic Studios, I've been banned from voice acting.
I'm Mac or Nami, and you can find me at Nami Butch on Twitter.
And I am Clocky, who has been banished to the back of the order so I don't forget my cue.
At least when you voice act, it doesn't cause Discord to destroy Nami's computer.
That's real.
Yeah. So today we're doing something a little different. Today should be episode 10, unless I somehow erase all footage and we end up, or maybe we end up with an episode 11 beforehand. I don't know. Maybe this gets thrown into an alternate dimension. We don't see it for 3 months, and
maybe time isn't real.
yeah.
Maybe
Anyway.
time is...
I think something demons, isekai.
Anyway, so this is supposed to be episode 10, and it should be episode 10. So we're doing something special for it.
Ability to be episode 10.
Instead of me bringing a topic for, 3 topics for us to do, we instead have our 3 guests bring their own topic. And
Yay.
The first one to share today is going to be my co-host, Gage.
It's me.
Yeah.
It's game.
Okay, so the one that I am bringing to the table is Wind Waker, except instead of the world being flooded with water, it's flooded with lava.
Oh my god, the floor is lava.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I would
What
have
would you
an episode
do?
to say about that, but my first instinct is just, oh my god, I want that.
Yes, and I was thinking up some ideas earlier, and I want to run them by you guys because I think they're pretty great.
It
Yes.
sounds fun so far.
Maybe not to live there, but yeah. So, my immediate thought is, okay, so they're still going to be able to travel around. How are they going to get around? Airships. Heat rises, just fucking
wow.
make that magic happen. Because,
God.
Skyward Sword was, the flying concept was cool, but most
Not
people don't think it was
Being
really...
underutilized.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, Zelda with, airships? Game
Are we going full steampunk here? Are we just
Maybe.
just shotgunning the Abney Park energy?
I'm up for anything. I just want to kind of see what would work best and go with
Brain
it.
just goes to we're just steampunking the hell out of Zelda right now.
Ooh, I like
Yeah.
that.
For one,
Lava steampunk.
I'm wild about that. That does say though, I feel like we need to retain something very important of the Wind Waker experience, which is
Flying.
in the Wind Waker games.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody
Which
else
w-
had this experience, but for a good part of my childhood, which I spent a lot of time playing Wind Waker, I lived in absolute unrelenting terror of the Big Octos. For those who have never experienced this game, basically, occasionally, an octopus lurks in certain predetermined areas of the ocean, which you are warned of by flocks of seagulls. If you are perhaps an idiot and don't know about the flock of seagulls and just cruise right the heck into them, you will get attacked by a giant hecking octopus.
Could be a
that will
flying
suck your ship into a
octopus.
whirlpool.
No, what if it's a lava monster though, baby?
That's also very good.
See, I'm thinking
Oh my god, you're mine!
a giant dragon that lives in the lava and lunges out of the lava to try and eat you. I predict at certain intervals.
Yes!
I hate it! That's terrifying!
But that's the point.
Correct response.
I don't like
love-
it.
I love it.
I don't
That
like
is the
it.
correct response.
Clocky, I already love this idea. I mean, it was my own, so obviously, but I can't believe I was such a blind fucking fool that I did not realize that you could put dragons in Zelda. I am ashamed of myself.
There is already a dragon
a lot
in
of
Zelda.
Yeah, I was about to say, a lot of Zelda games
In
do
Wind
have
Waker.
dragons. We were excused for forgetting
More
about them,
dragons.
though, because they basically almost never do interesting things with them.
Yeah.
This dragon
Oh,
doesn't
yeah,
like
there's
a
that one
thing
fat
pulling
one.
on its tail.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I mean, like, that's like, it's even like, it's such a weird, goofy happening. This, like, oh, this is a curse by Ganon. Is like, is it a curse by Ganon, Valu? Is it a curse by Ganon, or did you just sit in a fucking ant nest?
Yeah.
Real.
I was also thinking, like, for the ending, like, I remember the ending of Wind Waker being, like, very iconic, honestly, with the way that Link shoves the Master Sword in Ganon's fucking face.
Yeah.
But, like, imagine that whole scene, but it's surrounded by dripping lava instead. And, like, maybe Ganon becomes a statue that's surrounded by lava. Just.
I mean, I feel like you do a lot with the visuals of Igneous Rock.
Yes.
And we're assuming.
And, like, especially how, like, Magma does that thing where it's, like, cooling, but underbelly.
Yes.
But we are assuming that the lava here doesn't work like actual lava. In
Yeah.
case if you're around it, like it will essentially suffocate your lungs because it's too much heat.
It's
Yeah.
cartoon lava.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
like video game cartoon
Yep.
lava.
Just to clarify, if anyone wants to try and go swimming near lava, though, don't.
I feel like. I hope not. I feel like the problem is if it was an actual planet surrounded by real lava, I'm not entirely certain that any sort of like sapient life would be able to live unless it was like specifically adapted for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Gorons would be doing great. Everybody else, not so much.
Yeah. Oh Christ, it's a planet run by the Gorons.
Link
I'm
is
stopping
a
and thinking
Goron.
about this because, like, in, Wind Waker canon, the Zora, who you'd expect would be the people who would be totally kicking butt in an ocean world, actually, like, stopped being fish and had to be birds instead.
Yeah.
Have, like, a weird counterpart descendant of the Gorons, but the Gorons themselves had begun.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting premise. So what are we suggesting the Gorons would have evolved into here?
I guess it depends. So, with the Zora to the Rudo, that was they went from swimming to flying. So, would it be another inverse of that?
From ground to
Fire.
not ground.
That too. I could.
Gorons are kind of in the process of evolving into a draconic creature, so they're like kind of like wyverny things.
Ooh,
That's amazing. God damn
dragon
it.
We
people.
gotta have evil dragons. We can also have we also can get dragons on our side, right?
Yes, obviously.
Wow, I can't believe your tabletop character is now canon to Zelda First Gauge.
I don't know how well
No
Xeon
point.
would survive.
He'd be fine.
He'd be one
I
of the
can
most
only
powerful
hope.
dragons here, so he'd be well equipped.
I guess. It
You
would
can
be
go
very.
skinny dipping in the lava. It's fine.
I just think I have this like visual in my head right now of just like airships over like very dark, like maybe like a dark purple silhouettes of like buildings and land formations over like this hot orange just ocean. And just that's so fucking cool and I want that now.
I want to
We
eat
brought
video
spawn
game
as
lava.
Gage.
And of course more dragons always. Like I want there to be like an asterisk to any suggestion I have. It's like you should probably also add more dragons somehow because I fucking love dragons.
So your
Gage
asterisk.
concept, put dragons in there. Ways to please cocky with concept, put elder gods in there.
What's the way to please Ninja?
Who's in there?
Big tough women.
Yep. What about Nami?
Same.
No, it's evil. Evil.
Oh, there you go.
Evil ladies. They don't
They
have
have
to be
to be
strong and
evil.
buff. They just have to be evil.
Just have to be evil.
Like they
And
can
then
be
we'll-
short and chubby, or they can be like, long, skinny. Nami don't care.
I don't care as long as they're evil.
I also hope that like Tetra can stay like pretty much mostly the same, honestly.
Like, I
Yeah.
have a complaint about to ways about Tetra.
Don't turn into a
She
white
should have
girl.
done way the hell more piracy.
Yes.
Whitewashing and the weird, you have to be Zelda now because you can't just be a person who's a descendant of Zelda. You have to be the exact same heckin' character, even when you're not the same heckin' character, and we made you not the same heckin' character.
I have
And all that weirdness aside, way more on-screen piracy.
I
Yep.
have to say,
Yeah.
Fantasy Life did a much better job of princess and pirate. It's a DS game that I really like because you get to do like different jobs and stuff. Like it's a RPG, but it's not like, here are all the fighting classes. Like you also get to be non-fighting classes. So I played the majority of the game as a seamstress. It was fun.
That's
It's cute.
adorable.
Yeah, like you actually get to make like better clothes for yourself as a seamstress.
That's
Like,
adorable. I
You
love
literally collect the wool and stuff and be like, I'm gonna make a good shirt. And then you do. And then you're able to kill things because you have a nice shirt, and also your sewing needles can be used as daggers.
that. That's adorable.
I was
Right.
about to say, I'm getting some Hollow Knight vibe here.
That's fair.
Yeah, you
I
could conceivably play it as like Hornet if you wanted to.
I love Hornet.
Yay!
Granted, it's not that good of an idea considering like one of the main characters in it is a butterfly.
God damn.
So playing as like a spider beetle hybrid maybe not the best idea.
I disagree.
Technically, Ninja, let me adjust my pretentious nerd glasses for a second
Okay.
here. Hornet doesn't have any beetle heritage because she's a child of the Pale King. Pale
Spoilers.
King is just a weird heck off worm.
Don't worry, Clocky. You
Worm
can bring a
baby.
Hollow Knight
Worm
prompt
baby.
in the future. But I was also gonna say, so I know that most Zelda fans seem to, at best, be lukewarm about the follow-ups to Wind Waker. admit-
Yeah, for a reason.
Yeah,
Do
I'll
you want me
admit
to
that I-
summarize the emotional content of these two to you so you can perhaps understand the lukewarmness?
I mean, I was just gonna say that I personally, like, they were big for me because I played those before I ever played Wind Waker, and I played them when I was young, so there's definitely nostalgia to them.
I like
Okay,
them.
that makes sense. I played them after Wind Waker, so
Mhm.
I was like, whoa, there's a Wind Waker sequel, whoa!
Yeah.
And then I got them, and I did not like Lineback. That is my confession. I'm sorry. I want to like Lineback. I don't like Lineback.
Well, that's what I'm saying though, is that now that if we're going off of the world from like New Fiery Zelda, I feel like, I don't know, maybe that there's still a chance that those could be redeemed a little more.
I like the DS games. I played them after Wind Waker. I have finished and played Wind Waker at least 7 times, at least. And I
Well.
still think they're like good games. They're not my favorite, but
That's-
I took them for what they are, which is a DS game. Like trying
Yes.
to be an adventure game. There were lots of limitations for the DS at that point.
Okay,
you
that
know,
makes me more sympathetic towards its cause, yeah.
I feel
'Cause
exactly
my
the
only
same.
gripes with it were basically I did not like Lineback, and then I couldn't get very far into Spirit Tracks because I was not good at the choo-choo.
I
Like
have
it's
an
not
idea.
even the
The choo-choo
3DS.
is the whole mechanic.
So, like, it was very limited. We're looking at graphics that were essentially like N64 levels of polygon. If we're gonna be honest with ourselves.
Yes, I will not deny. But I have an idea.
Yes.
And I want us to play a quick game of, is this stupid or awesome? Everyone get ready to cast your votes right now.
Okay.
Sky trains.
I like
Hmm.
Skytrain.
Mother hackers!
It's very
Yeah, I love that. I would want to be better at the choo-choo specifically for that.
I don't know. Like, the idea of a sky train just messes with my brain because trains are supposed to be on tracks. If it's just.
Well, yeah.
You might say they're on
I was imagining
spirit
like,
tracks.
like fancy, huge bridges built across the lava. So just like,
Hmm.
Okay, yeah, because the way I see it is like they could be on specific tracks, but I could also see it that it's like a magic thing too. Because I think spirit tracks implies that there's like a vaguely magic element. It's been a while since I played
Then
that
wouldn't
one.
it just be a sky bus?
No, but
but
shut up.
trains are more aesthetically pleasing.
Yes.
You like trains.
Okay, but I actually have a counterpoint here, kind of poking at Phantom Hourglass though, because the
Go on.
interesting thing to me, the big kind of appeal of Linebeck's character, and as someone who didn't like Linebeck, that's kind of me saying a lot, but X ship was a steam-powered paddle boat, at least implicitly steam-powered, which represented kind of an evolution sailing ship that Link used in Wind Waker.
Mm.
So logically, if we would start with airships, presumably kind of the classic steampunk ships and such, where when they
but his would be the
propeller
evolution
powered,
of that.
mostly with like sails, Linebeck would possibly represent a new era, a more engine-propelled ship.
Mm.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Looks like airplane. How about that?
But
He invents the
it's probably an airplane
747.
you like can live in.
Yes.
Yes.
Linebeck lives out of the
Yes.
ship.
I like.
Yes.
It's like
Clocky,
an RV, but in the sky.
Yes.
Clocky, God damn it! Stop being so fucking good at this. There still better be dragons though in the sequels. If only fewer, but still a few.
Okay, but the question is,
Mhm.
a hazard throughout and then later Acid in Wind Waker and then Phantom Hourglass is are they just fire tornadoes in lack of a better term?
It could be.
Because that's pretty metal, though. If we're assuming you still learn the Ballad of Gale and the ability to like transport things.
Oh, that's another thing I was thinking of.
If you're in the sky, it wouldn't necessarily matter if it's a tornado or not. Tornado specifically refers to the fact that it's hitting ground. If we're assuming that it's above lava, I believe that would actually count as a fire cyclone.
It would be
That's
on
fucking
fire.
metal.
It would be on fire because it would be pulling the lava up into it.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
Terrifying.
That's a real thing that can happen. That's why you never want forest fires and tornadoes to happen at the same time. Or wildfires, specifically. Because otherwise you deal with that.
Fire tornado, fire tornado, fire tornado, fire tornado.
They're real things. Welcome to the
Okay.
mid-fucking West.
So, that's another thing with Wind Waker is that I still feel like you have to be able to use the like wind baton thing, or perhaps have a different sort of like tool that has a similar effect.
I mean, wind makes even more sense if you're in a fucking airship.
Yeah, and I mean, I
Fair.
feel like we should keep it Wind Waker-y enough. Though
Yeah.
the mental image of Link just like absolutely fucking shredding on a violin to make a fire tornado, pick him up and put him somewhere else, definitely has its merits. Honestly, I wait for the day that the Zelda game comes that gives us an electric guitar.
Eventually, it's gotta happen.
Yes.
Smartphones
Okay.
are Breath of the Wild. There's no reason why we should not be able to to shred our wizardry. Anyway,
And then-
I am content. Gage,
Yes.
where you want to poke here?
I just have one last thought.
Yep.
So, another thing that they could do is that if it's a whole thing with lava, if the lava levels, the height of it or whatever is like changing, it could easily create like new islands and stuff.
Ooh.
It's interesting. A kind of a tidal system where it's like you have to find things
Yes.
at high tide and low tide. That's actually very interesting.
We need to stop coming up with video game ideas because eventually it's going to get to a point where we get one that's like so good that we want to just somehow start learning game development. And I'm not ready for that commitment.
Problem to me, Gage.
Fine, if you have all this time, you make Fire Zelda.
Yeah. You should do it.
We hardly have enough time for animatics, webcomics, and writing extensive
Yeah.
stories and fan fictions between the four of us.
No, but we'll make time to make a video game.
No. No.
Yeah, that's all I got. It's just, again, not it's our cool idea for this podcast. Unless you guys also have cool ideas, we could go for 3 for 3. We'll find out. Do we want to let? Does anyone else have any last minute thoughts on this one, or shall we move on to the next?
It's gonna be real fucking hard to get a great fairy, huh?
What?
She's in the volcano.
Honestly, the
now.
Great Fairies in Wind Waker were like really cool looking.
Yeah.
So I'm just imagining that, but like the fire, and they're like themed after gemstones.
I
Ooh,
just
that's
imagined a giant fire lady and
You're gay.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, we should move on. Now we should move on.
Okay.
Nami, what's your idea?
My idea? It's
Yeah.
my turn?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So, warrior cats, except Firestar is a dog.
So wait.
That's the only
Him and only him is a dog.
Yeah. Okay. First
Okay, I
things
feel like
first.
much
Most of the books would not exist.
Okay.
I feel like we should go full on with the idea that like Firestar is like a dog that is fully embraced by the cat gods here.
Yeah.
Cat ancestors. There's no gods in the stories.
Okay, I mean, great, get off
You
my back.
okay?
I only read the first book.
I know. I'm just being an asshole.
You
Yes,
okay there, bud?
but so like, I feel like I have a very important question here, Nami. Are you imagining what kind of dog are you imagining Firestar is? Because
Big.
much depends on if he's like a Pomeranian.
No. He's
Like a
big.
German Shepherd,
I'm a like
Irish
I don't
Wolfhound?
know.
Golden Retriever.
Big, short hair, big dog, red.
Golden
Yeah.
Retriever.
Oh my
Golden
god.
retrievers are not red.
I mean, no,
Oh,
but
like a red retriever.
yeah.
Just a big dog. Big, like
Like Google
big,
big
like,
red
not
dog,
full of hair.
forgetting Clifford exists.
So no,
Not
God.
Clifford. Not
No.
Clifford.
Not that extreme.
Wait, Nami. Wait, but
No,
what if it was
no,
Clifford?
no.
No.
That's a
no.
different. That is a different prompt entirely.
You
You're
killed-
right.
But no,
I feel like the interesting thing here is like to how OP it is that he's a dog. Like, I'm a cat person.
Yeah.
I want to say, before anybody gets watches this podcast and gets mad at me, I am a big fan of cats. But you need to understand that this is implying that Firestar is like a heck ton larger than all of the other cats.
yeah, I mean, like in the
Sitting here in the
books-
middle of the cat circle, and he's just like, yes, it's me.
in the books, like dogs literally kill cats. Like
Yeah.
Tiger Star like tricks dogs into killing a couple cats. Like
Yeah, they're able to fight off dogs sometimes, but it's almost never one-on-one. with the cats.
Yeah. So like Firestar being a dog is really funny.
It is.
Cause
It
like,
does leave you
okay,
some questions.
I think he's the only dog that can talk to cats, but he can also talk to dogs. He was raised by cats. Oh my god, my mind.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because the thing I'm thinking is, in the continuity of the books, there are other animals that can speak to the cats. It's very
Yeah,
rare,
like
but
Midnight.
it wouldn't be out of the question for there to be at least one dog that figures it out, especially if he was raised
Mhm.
with cats.
He was raised
Wait,
with cats,
wait,
and
Nami? In
what?
your continuity, if he's raised with cats, do you think that he was like a pet dog that's still like the same story? It's like a pet dog that went to go with
Yes,
the cat.
exactly. He was raised. He was raised by a bunch of house cats, and was like, "Man, I want to go chase a squirrel." And he busts through the fence.
My brain just goes to that one the joke video, just Hannibal busting through. But there he goes. He's just a whole dog.
Okay.
And like, and this just makes me imagine, like, okay, for my very tenuous thing of the somebody's like, "Are you absolutely kidding me? You are kidding me right now." And Blue Star's just like, "No, I like his vibe.
Yeah.
I like
It's
his vibe. You're like five. You're like a baby, right?" And then Rusty's just like, "Yes,
Well, like, oh my god,
I
he's
want
a
to be in for
puppy.
this." And
Oh
Blue
my
Star being
god,
like, "All right, but look at him. He's like shredded."
he's puppy. Dude, he's puppy. Like,
Puppy.
oh my gosh, he's like Blue Star's size because he's puppy.
It's growing.
And then he keeps growing, and they're like, oh shit.
I mean, they know dogs can get big, but I guess well, they wouldn't know necessarily that he would get big, I suppose.
Yeah, they wouldn't know he's a big. They would not know he's a big dog because if dogs are like entities shrouded in mystery, it's just
And
like
if it's a
that's
pet
pretty
dog,
heck large. That's probably about as large as a dog will be. And then it's like nobody looks at his feet.
I guess, okay, my immediate
it's two big
question.
dogs, but they're like, oh, this is a small one. And it's a pet, so it can't be that big.
My immediate question. I have been keeping up with Warrior Cats, like, ever since I first read them in, like, 6th grade. And they're still
Mhm.
coming up now. I've been keeping up. I don't think that any other creature has gotten into StarClan that was not a cat. So I'm curious
Yeah,
if you
but
think that...
Firestar is special because he's the
Yeah, he's
fire
got that
ruler.
protagonist energy. I figured we could kind of let him off the hook.
Right, but I guess my question is,
Yeah.
would he still get his 9 lives from StarClan?
Yes.
That's kind of what I was getting at when I said like fully embraced by the cat ancestors here. I'm just saying that they're just like, you know what, buddy? We like your hustle.
You're strong. You're big. You're fire colored. You're probably what we meant. Because, I mean, StarClan does that. They're like, oh, whatever. They're really wishy washy about shit because they're all just dumb fucking cats.
I admit that the final battle may be a little more, or at least the battles that Firestar has been involved in would be a lot more one-sided, because that's like, that's a
Uh-huh.
fucking tank shooting a...
Ooh, but except against Scourge, oh my god, that'd be so cool. Because it would show how strong Scourge is. Oh my god.
Oh, you're right, because for those that don't know, I think part of Scourge's backstory is that he specifically was able to like take down dogs. He took their
Yeah.
teeth.
Yeah.
That's actually more thematically fitting. What the fuck, Nami?
Yeah, I know, it's a good idea. Okay, but the thing about this book, no other books would exist. All
After
the
the
other
first
books
series, anyway.
are like, so
Yeah, they follow
Firestar's
his
kid.
kids.
It's like, oh no, you can't have a dog and a cat. Make babies?
Excuse me. Counterpoint. He found kittens and adopted
Oh my
them.
god, you're mine. I love that. So it's
Just
still,
because you can't boink to make the babies doesn't mean that you can't have any babies.
yeah,
True.
racism
Now,
with
if you cannot summon the
Sandstorm.
babies directly from thy loins, store bought is fine.
Oh my god, Sandstorm's big husband. Just huge husband. I love that. Oh my god. My mind. This is so good.
It would actually be nicer because, as much as I enjoy Warrior Cats, it is a series that's it's clearly written. Like they were too cowardly to let Ravenpaw be gay, even though he was clearly gay. It's one of those kinds of series,
Yeah.
and this is also it's also definitely a series where it's like, oh no, but the main character has to have kids. It had genetic destiny and all that shit. I
Yeah.
would love if he could just adopt and they'd still be
Big.
valid.
Yes.
I would
Exactly.
also just accept that he found a way. There was like another stray dog that he could have been apart with, and then perhaps a dog-based
Oh,
clan.
Exactly.
I feel like it would be a lot funnier if it's like if you have the next generation and it's like cats because he adopted and raised some cats his own, but also they were raised by a dog, and,
They
Mhm.
and the dog
act a
is
little
like
bit
kind of
like
cat-like, but also like someone
Jason
like
Tails.
the cat gets in a fight with somebody, and then like barks, and then everybody's just like,
I
"What?
love that.
Taught me to do that? How you like that, huh? I'll keep barking at you."
ThunderClan. Oh my god, like they can be like, associating the barks with thunder.
God damn it!
Oh my
Imagine a
mind.
bunch of cats trying to howl.
Oh my god. Meow.
They're definitely capable of those like kind of like long drawn out noises, but just like just like a dog howling in a middle in a circle of cats, and the cats are all going like.
I if you, I'm gonna have to commission someone to draw a fucking this Warriors AU because it's really good actually.
It's really good is the thing.
I
Firestar.
mean, I'm down with some like fan art for the show, honestly.
Yes, please.
Yes.
I've drawn stuff
No
for
one
the
else
show,
draws
but that
it.
doesn't
I
count.
will.
That doesn't count as fan art. That's official art of the show. It's different.
Yes,
I
I
feel so
will
powerful
still
to say
draw
that.
it.
Yes, please.
I'm a fan of myself. So,
So Nami, I feel like it actually
Well, yeah, I guess commission doesn't count as fan art either. But yeah.
the initial worry was invalidated because like yeah, the other books could still exist. It's just yeah, he adopts
Yes.
some kids. He's just a good guy like that.
He's good, Dad.
just a good boy. Good dog.
So leader.
It'd be so good.
Well,
Ooh, and it'd make more drama. Like, not only is it a pet, it's also a dog. Now,
Just-
ooh, the internal conflict doesn't come from, like,
being a kitty
fear
pet?
of being inadequate. It comes from, like, fear of being too overpowered.
yeah, because like I feel like sending a dog into a battle with most cats is pretty much a nuclear option.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. Cloudtail is a Pomeranian. My mind. Because then, like, it would make sense for, Fireheart at the time to bring him back and be like, here's my, cousin, dog, nephew.
I feel I like Ninja laughing in the background like I don't understand any of this.
Yep.
And that's
I've-
perfectly fair.
I am the one named Pink Cat Ninja, but I have seen neither Naruto nor Warrior Cats.
I haven't seen Naruto either, don't worry.
Yeah, but we talked about clowns with that, so it's fine.
Yep. I'm just saying, Pink Cat Ninja. So
Yeah.
cat as in Warrior Cats. You know, that would be the main fandom you would think, but no. And Ninja, you would think Naruto, but nope.
I feel I would really love to see the friendship between Graystripe and Fireheart the dog. Or
Yes.
Firestar, I guess. Like, oh my god. This is just alright, so that's two good ideas we have so far, it seems.
Yeah, I gotta deliver. I gotta.
Yeah, I sure hope yours wasn't a joke now, Clock here. It's gonna seem strange.
About Sonic the Hedgehog.
Did we have any other things we want to do with the Warriors one, or was it just another good idea?
I mean, can I ask a Warrior Cats question just in
Please,
general?
please do.
Because
Of
I
course.
don't know jack nor shit.
I need to validate spending years of my life reading these books. Please.
How do they not know what like a regular ass like house dog look? Why don't they know what like things in houses look like?
They don't live in houses.
Yeah,
They
I
know what a
understand.
collar looks like.
But like, if they're wild cats, you would think, you know, you see enough shit.
They stay in the forest.
There were. So I think I know what Ninja's saying though. Like Ninja, you would probably recognize that there are some kitty pets, or pet cats,
Yes.
that have joined the clans.
Yes.
It wasn't just Firestar.
Right.
So logically, you're thinking that they should know like more about
Yeah.
two-leg culture and stuff like that.
Yes.
It's frowned
Yeah.
upon. They should
One of
know
y'all
more
was
about
telling
it.
me they've never been to a fucking like zoo, and it's like there's enough like zoos just out in the
Well,
middle
no,
of
no, no.
fucking
Okay, that's
nowhere.
different. That's different because
they
Okay.
stay in the forest.
yeah,
Okay, so
Part
that I
of the
understand, but like, okay,
I
even
think-
if they're in a fucking forest, like, you're telling me there's no like trails around and shit, so they wouldn't at least be like learning stuff about the humans from that?
Well,
they
they
avoid them.
Yeah, I
specifically avoid
understand they avoid them, but like, I try to avoid bears, but I still see one once in a while.
They see two legs, and they know they have big machines,
Yes.
and there's monsters. They know there's big machines because the forest got demolished at one point.
Yeah.
So, and yep, but like mostly like it's frowned upon to like even mention that you're a kitty pet.
Yeah.
So
There are
What the
some.
fuck?
It's sometimes a point of conflict in the story of like one of the warriors discovers, oh, I can just go up to a human and they'll give me food, and it's like,
that is what happened with Cloudtail, and that was a big story point.
yes, and then everyone basically shames them like, no, you fucking pussy, you got to go hunt your food. What the fuck's your damage?
Like you're disrespecting StarClan or like the clan. You're,
So-
like, making
And none
that-
of them thought, like, hey, you know, it's kind of cool that, like, they give us stuff to prevent fleas and shit. And it's like, no, you're an asshole.
I
Oh,
don't.
but they don't have fleas because they have doctors. So
Yeah, that's the thing, because it's this idea of like, oh well, but these cats are so much more sapient and advanced than regal cats, but then also like we presume to relate to them the exact same way, like we wouldn't have fucking noticed the cat medics, because again, see, this is a problem I have with a lot of franchises. Not to heck on Warrior Cats, because a lot of series do this, because
Mhm.
it's like a lot of times it's like these Secret Life things is it's like it relies on the idea that humans are not aggressively running around the animal kingdom poking everything with a stick. Do you know how to use tools? Do you know how to use tools? Do you know how to use tools? Because we desperately don't want to be the only sapient thing out there. Like, I'm not saying it would go over totally swell if we actually found sapience in another thing, because humans can be kind of terrible sometimes, but we're not so terrible that we would literally ignore clear indications of sapience in another thing, because like even of our history where we have had to put it very lightly, problems recognizing the sapience of other entities.
Or even
That's even-
same entities that are just somewhere
Yeah,
else.
it's just human. And when we've had problems with that, to put it very lightly, there's still been people, even at the time, very uninformed people, being like, actually, did you know they are, in fact, sapient? This is not the good thing this is not a good response to have.
yeah.
I think the funniest thing to me
like-
is that sometimes a cat will get captured and then brought to a vet, but evidently they never get neutered.
I think isn't that
Well,
actually
I mean, like,
applied
in
in
the
the first
book?
book
They like
that's,
say
like,
something about neutering.
Rusty
Do they?
basically runs away.
Yeah.
Rusty basically runs away from home to avoid getting neutered.
I don't think that was it.
And the cats are
No,
like,
it was
"Oh, you
literally
have
like a big
monsters,
thing of like, oh no,
dominant."
you've been to the cutter.
Oh, the
terrible.
cut! Oh my god!
Which is the wildest thing, because then it's never brought up.
Yeah,
Ever.
it's not. It's super not. Like,
These cats just want to fuck.
let them fuck. But that's so wild because I legit just had a fucking flashback to reading the like early books, because the cutter is not something that's come up in like any of the books past.
And that's why you're lucky that you have me, who only read the first book.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
read
just vivid in my mind.
the first few books, and then I dropped off, and now I'm back in it.
I can't believe Firestar joined the clans just so he could keep his testicles.
Okay, I think we have to go to the next topic now.
No.
We can end on. That's a note we can end on.
Anyway, Ninja, to answer your question, I think they kind of do, but any of the warrior cats are just like, I don't care what an ironing board is. They're humans. Fuck you.
They're humans,
Yeah.
fuck you, but I still have to shit in the woods.
Yes.
It's dirt.
Yeah, they have to make
There are
dirt.
civilized cats shit in boxes, so I mean, is that really that much of a wild improvement? I mean, it's not like they worry about flush toilets.
Some cats do.
That's true.
Pretty-
Anyway,
It's pretty rad.
let's go to
Right.
the next one.
Are you all prepared for Sonic?
Always.
Spoilers give it away.
Very
My premise is for Sonic the Hedgehog. And it is a very
I
meta
can't
one,
believe it.
actually.
Okay.
Sonic the Hedgehog, but the original concept for Eggman is used as the protagonist. And lore here. So as I said, the original concept, Eggman was originally designed as a Theodore Roosevelt lookalike in pajamas, who was believed to be who was going to be a dream protector, and he was deliberately designed as a character that would be easy for kids to draw, and he was conceptualized to be the hero.
He was Knights into Dreams?
Yeah, Knight's original concept was literally Eggman.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
So basically, the
So it's like,
franchise
what if
know
this
it
was Sonic?
emerges with Eggman as Sega's mascot. It's up to you whether he's pajama wearing Dream Guardian, or if he's just like and doing the thing where he moves around in a pod making robots.
Hmm.
I
Okay.
like green.
I guess my immediate question is, well, it's a two-parter. Is Sonic still also the hero? And, excuse me.
Is
And-
Sonic still a good guy?
No,
'Cause,
this is,
like,
that is actually the original concept art.
Adorable.
oh my goodness. Little.
A little pillow.
Because if Sonic is also still a hero, I feel like that begs the question of who the main antagonist of the series will be. And if Sonic is not the hero, does that imply that Sonic is instead the antagonist? Which path shall we take on this fork in the road? Do we like evil Sonic or mystery new villain?
I like evil Sonic because
I figure we can run with Evil Sonic unless one of you guys has a super amazing concept for.
There's not really a Sonic villain as iconic as Eggman is the thing, so I feel like that's the only thing you could really do.
I like evil Sonic. I mean, he's already pointy. So, like,
I imagine then that means that it changes the type of game that it is.
yes. It's Nights into Dreams. And
And you gotta kill Sonic.
Sonic is like a nightmare hedgehog.
When you say that, I immediately think of the werehog, though.
Yeah.
With just a sleepy Eggman.
Oh my god. I thought I muted you, dude.
That was a neat sound effect, though.
Yeah.
We're gonna go into Dreamland now. Let's all go sleep and figure this idea out.
Yes.
Honestly, just the mental image. I'm just imagining Eggman paralooping and like flying around, and just the idea that in my mind, he is just having so much fun.
He isn't
That's
really
so-
Because
enjoying.
like I feel like this design concept of Eggman physically charming, but it's like he doesn't have the weird noodly legs of his ultimate villain counterpart. Like his mustache is very round compared to the other versions, and he himself is he's just a portly little man.
That's
Yeah.
design,
Charming, it's
baby.
adorable. He's wearing slippers.
Yep.
That's how design works. Make the boy round.
It makes me sleepy looking at it though, so I imagine that's why they didn't want to do it, because it's like, it looks so cozy, and it makes me tired. And oh
It
no,
kinda
I'm
makes me-
falling asleep at my console.
It makes me
It's
think
not
of the dynamic between like Kirby and most of his antagonists, because when I think of Kirby, I just imagine this pink little friend that just wants to have a eat. And then when I look at
Oh
this
my
version-
gosh. Oh my gosh. He's like the opposing force to Kirby. Instead of Sonic being the opposing force to Mario, it's Eggman is the opposing force to Kirby.
but they
Holy
both
shit.
just want to have a nice day.
Yep.
I feel like
Otherwise-
why would they fight their friends?
Otherwise, we're looking at Eggman versus Luigi from our previous.
Ooh, worm. That would also work though.
Cocky, were you there for that one or no? I don't think you were.
Yes. That one I heard about it.
Oh yeah, yeah. So it was the one.
Luigi at the Olympic Games.
So we'd have
But
Luigi.
this version of Eggman still looks pretty like he's still got the glasses. He still kind of looks kind of professorish, and this just makes me imagine him just like instead of Sonic Says, it's just little things where it's like the dream version of Eggman, just like giving you like PSAs and being like, "Remember, before bed, kids."
That's so
He's got his
cute.
and he has a little chortle.
Oh man, evil
Remember,
Sonic.
always go pee before you go to sleep. That way you don't wake up in a puddle.
Sonic, did you know that humanity was actually meant to only sleep for like 4 hours, wake up for like an hour, and then go back to bed?
Oh my gosh, is that true?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Real shit.
I like Cozy Eggman.
He's just cozy.
But then, I guess my question is, what is Evil Sonic's motivation here? Because I can't imagine Sonic as, like, this Machiavellian force, like, trying to take over the world necessarily, or, like, trying to
False
outdo
nightmare.
Professor Egg.
That is
I almost
cool.
feel like Sonic would start out with like a fairly simple premise where he's like, I don't know, he's cranky because he can't sleep very well because he keeps stabbing the pillow.
Oh, I love that.
Really,
That's
it could
a
just be the
good
implication is we just kind of take Sonic's athleticism to an extreme with the idea that he's just like a restless busybody who never takes any time for sleep, so he just causes a bunch of chaos. And that could kind of work with
I
how
love
Sonic
that.
is, because like Eggman is a very orderly and the planner, and Sonic is just kind of like, whoop, I'm doing whatever, wee. Like Sonic maybe isn't necessarily actively malicious. He's just, you know, per canon, very fight happy and like everywhere constantly. And Eggman's just like, young man, please calm down.
Oh man.
I think it still has to build on something though, because like, okay, we're starting with the initial concept of Sonic being like that, but then, like, how do you make an entire franchise out of just, I am man who wants to sleep, and here is my friend, here is my not friend who doesn't fucking stop.
I feel like it's kind of... I think it was Nami that was saying that Sonic's like some sort of nightmare force. So
Yeah.
I feel like that would kind of make Eggman like this avatar of, you know, good dreams and nice things and stuff like that.
So it's-
Because that was actually because this concept of Eggman actually was ultimately used as the concept for Knights, who is protecting Dreamland. Though I feel like we could, in fact, protecting a dream world and helping people like be more confident and happy with themselves.
So
Ooh, we could have like a knight-like character being
Okay.
helped.
I want to clarify something then. Is Sonic then the what's their face? What's their face? The one that has like the red motif from Knights, or are they Wise Man?
I feel like Sonic doesn't quite have it in him to be like danger scary final boss the way Wise Man is, because like if you've never played a Knights game, Wise Man is kind of heck off terrifying. He is a faceless guy with hands on his eyes who frankly scans more like a JRPG final boss. I'd expect Sega to have come up with.
Very cool and epic, basically.
He's really cool, but he's also like terrifying.
Holy shit, he looks like a Kirby boss.
Post picture.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
Holy shit. Yeah, that looks like
and also, do you want to get better? Do you want to get better? Because, you know, welcome to the Night series, which is basically just a sinkhole of terrifying things.
I love it. I haven't
The
played more.
canon of Knights is kind of vague because there's like 2 games that explain almost nothing. It explains too much, but in a not very explainy way. And then like a single appearance in a massive crossover event. I'm not salty about this. Anyway, is that those jewels that are glowing on Wise Man's outfit are basically fragments of people's souls, which he is hoarding in massive quantities.
Yep.
Also, all of the visitors that we see who are the people who are potentially getting their souls stolen by Wise Man are children.
Hmm.
Flinged out
like-
the souls of dead children.
I feel like, okay, Evil Sonic doesn't necessarily have to be final boss, but he could easily be the Starscream. He could be like,
Sonic could definitely be the Riala figure, which I find
Yes.
really funny that you say the Starscream, because like Riala is basically a more sympathetic version of Starscream, because he
Mhm.
basically spends like the entire journey of dreams. Like Wise Man says something, and then Riala stares into the camera and screams internally, and then Riala goes to heck with Knights, and then Knights says something, and then Riala stares into the camera and screams eternally. Like I can't be mad at Riala, even though Riala's kind of a huge jerk, because like he's like dealing with shit from both sides.
that's fair.
He's
Okay.
Wise Man. Rail's like, Wise Man, can we not? And Wise Man's like, I will vaporize you if you disobey me. And Rail's like, neato, I'll go talk to Knights. And then Rail's like, hey Knights, can you kind of not stop? Can you stop pissing off Wise Man so he doesn't vaporize you? Wanna fucking fist fight me right here and now? I will kick your ass. And then Rail's like, all right, neato.
Man,
So I
knights.
So I have 2 thoughts again. It feels like at this point it's more remaking Knights than Sonic, which I'm okay with.
Knights
But
of Eggman.
basically,
Yeah.
but so my thinking is, does that mean that the main allies of Eggman are going to be the characters from or from Knights, or is Eggman going to be allied with like Knuckles and Tails and so on and so forth?
So Knight's main thing is the Nightopians, which I will be honest, I am not wild about the Nightopians' designs. You can tell that they were kind of a prototype. Oh, but let's be honest, the Chow are cuter. I will
Mhm.
not subject you to the original era Nightopians because those are horrifying, and I will instead show you the Journey of Dreams Nightopians, which are basically the same design but done better. They're-
I don't like that.
They're little conehead babies, and it's weird. And they apparently forge dreams. They're just like not that.
They look like the offspring of
Dumb.
Humpty Dumpty.
Egg.
You are cutting out.
No,
Really break
no.
Nami.
I was saying stuff really
Nightopians.
Yeah, I don't like them.
They could still be
You
eggs,
can
though.
basically also make half demon versions that were for some reason way more appealing.
They are.
That looks like a creepy Christmas decoration, but okay.
I think they're
They're better than the ones you just posted. The ones you posted before that. They're better than the egg ones, I guess.
That's baby.
I mean, not that Knights does some like unnerving things with themselves, because you know that there was that one very recent time that Knights was a car and it was all very upsetting.
I
No,
am not showing
no,
that.
no!
I
I
am
don't like where
not
this is
showing
going.
that.
No!
I am not
No!
showing that in this video. If you viewer,
Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing, Knights turns into a car.
if
I
you
don't
viewer
like
want
that.
to see it, you can find it yourself. I don't want to subject you to it. I love
Friends.
you.
I do not like that. That's not good.
I show my friends cursed images all the time. This is too cursed. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But look it up on your own time if you want to see this. I am sorry, but no. We're not going down that path today. I love you too much to make you
Knights
suffer.
and cars crossover.
No. No.
Uh,
No. 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 We don't need to... No. No.
Be
I
Knights,
think
but
we
a
do
car.
though.
We don't need to do Cars Universe.
We need to do cars at some point.
Or Wise Man look like even? Because like Wise Man is like approximately humanoid. He's like an elder god. Like so, like what does an elder god look like to a car's sensibilities? And we've looped back around to the elder gods.
Yeah.
Hey Ninja, remind me to tell you the idea I just came up with
I'm
after the
scared.
podcast is over.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Dude,
Keep
it's
your
gonna be great.
secrets. Keep your secrets.
Oh, it'll be great.
No. No.
So yeah, I feel like I don't know. I would personally like to see. I would be interested in the dynamic about. I'd be interested in the dynamic that you would have if Eggman is the protagonist, but he's the one that is friends with like Knuckles and Tails, unless
Unless?
Tails, Knuckles, and all of them are also evil. They're the bosses.
It'd be kind of. Well, that would leave the cast kind of heavily unbalanced because these kind of roles is almost everybody looks like villains at first, and then they're good guys, and then they're ultimately just good guys because like in canon is kind of a lonely soul. He doesn't really have like long-standing allies because they either con him or are like heck you, or he's like heck you to them, or they end up being, or they end up joining the good guy party.
So here's my thought though. Like, Eggman can still have his allies. He already did. He's already got like Shadow and stuff.
Debatably.
At times, like it'd obviously be a different relationship, but that's the thing that you could explore. Is like how do you do Sonic and Shadow, like having an actual like cordial, partnership, and then also
Honestly,
why
I
is
kind of
Knuckles
like
evil?
the idea that Eggman as a hero is like mostly a lot more upbeat and like charming and stuff, but he still retains his ability to roast somebody.
Yes.
I will always stand by that one part in Sonic 06 where like Shadow like crashes through the roof all intimidating and he's gonna shake Eggman down for information, and Eggman doesn't even get up out of his hecking chair and is just like, wouldn't the door have been easier?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was.
I feel like you can't be emotionally prepared for a cute, friendly old guy in PJs to roast you. Like you just have this sparkly little guy, and he just like sparkles in his little slippers, and then at one point, and then he's like, "Ah, yes," dressed like a bargain bin circus tent.
That's the thing though.
It's
Is
like,
that,
how do you respond emotionally to that?
like that's the thing. Both Sonic and Eggman have the capability to fucking smack talk.
Yes.
I feel like Eggman could work as a protagonist if it's just different motivations.
Buddy, have good dreams. And sometimes you just help someone have good dreams by smacking their lights out. If these hands are right for you.
I
I just-
feel.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't think smacking someone's lights out is gonna give them good dreams. I mean, Roxy straight up doesn't dream, and I feel like she'd be upset if I did that.
What if punching her makes her dream?
No.
I mean, I mean, we were purporting that this version of Eggman is like a dream guardian, so he probably has some like dream magic that he can put
Yeah,
in their
he's
head
probably-
after his monster lights out.
Yeah, like the sand.
Sandman, bring me a dream.
Also, because that would be hilarious if like home run somebody, just like haymaker somebody, and just like drop them, and then after all, just like toss some sparkles on them and be like, woo-hoo-hoo.
Guardians of the Galaxy, or not Guardians of the Galaxy. What was it? The one with the Jack Frost everyone was horny for.
Wait, what?
Oh, I remember that.
What was
I
it?
don't remember.
Oh,
the
Rise
name.
of the Guardians. Okay.
Yeah.
Rise of the Guardians is a lot different than I remember. The goof took too long. Because I couldn't remember the name. Oh man.
Mhm. Okay. Here's my idea.
Go on.
For Shadow.
What do you say, Nani?
Okay. So, if we're still doing dream stuff, right? Shadow is a nightmare that turned good.
Aww.
And
That's
And
adorable.
he's like pals with Eggman, but like he still looks really evil.
I
Still edgy.
love this. I like that.
Very point. He's just very pointy shadow guy. I mean, it would make sense because like a bad dream is kind of an inherently sad premise.
Yeah. But
Just
then
like he just like becomes a nightmare entity because he just has not. He's been unhappy for a very long time.
Aw.
As Sonic, because like Sonic enjoys who he is and what he does. He doesn't
Yeah.
necessarily mind being a destructive force, but like he's cheerful with himself. Like he has fun.
Mhm.
Well, an antagonistic Sonic would be a lot more of like a Hellion, but I feel like it would remain because like
Really
in
cocky
most
about being
versions of the Sonic series, not super nasty. I mean, like Archie did it for a little, and like Fleetway is like whoa, and like Saddam, but like a lot of versions just kind of make it where it's like Eggman is kind of, but he's not. You can count on him if there's a bigger hazard that he'll be like, whoa, nah, not having any of that. Hang on, time to work with the
Yeah.
heroes so we can solve this problem because that's actually the sensible, practical thing to do.
Yeah.
The incompetence of like a Team Rocket figure, but he can be counted on to help out if there's a bigger fish in the pond.
Yeah.
I love that,
Like,
and I think Oh, go ahead.
This version, like the villain Sonic would not be a force of pure chaotic evil. He'd be like, I'm almost imagining him as being kind of like a prankster who does stuff kind of for the hell of it, but then like if something
Yeah.
actually have deep consequences, like he's like, whoop, didn't sign up for that.
Hmm.
Actions
Yeah.
have
he never
consequences.
learns.
Sonic. Think about this. And Sonic's like, only sometimes.
It would still make Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games very interesting. But I guess it would be Luigi and Eggman at the Olympic
I'm
Games.
fine with that.
And the Olympic Games.
Another question I have: world building. Let's lore build this. So it seems like in this continuity, Eggman's primary like thing, his character trait would be his like dream powers and such. So do you think he'd still be good with like mechanical things?
Yeah, maybe that's the thing. Like he makes like machines, but they're kind of whimsical and sparkly and like Kirby-ish.
That's cute. That's cute as
Oh,
fuck.
so aesthetic wise it'd be more oh, I'm trying to think of the genre. I don't think there's a word for it, but like fucking 1980s whimsical screwball scientists that you get in like children's TV shows that make the, Rube Goldberg machine to wake themselves up.
I'm thinking
No.
like House with a Clock on Its Walls or like Back to the Future kind of thing.
No, like children's animated movie rather
Ah, okay.
than like I'm not
So just
thinking,
kind of the bumbling professor.
yeah.
And I mean, that could actually have some hilarious lore related to canon Sonic because in the Sonic generations, past Eggman actually seriously considers his other jobs besides being a supervillain, and like future Eggman, in present timeline, Eggman is like, I knew I should have become a teacher, and teacher, that's his day job.
The reason I bring it up,
He teaches people, and he does work.
the reason I bring it up, and I think the way that this could play out then, does Eggman still create Metal Sonic? Because I think that if he does, it's like, did he want to try and make a nice version of Sonic that like Sonic could learn from, perhaps?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's a kind of a weird thing for a hero to do to their adversary. Like,
No.
Yeah, because I mean, Eggman's still kind of a dick.
Hear me out with it. Like, he sees Sonic as kind of like a son figure, and at the same time he's like, okay, I'm just a little curious. What would happen if I raised Sonic to, be good? But obviously he can't, like, kidnap Sonic, and it'd be weird to clone him. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna do this in, like, the least weird way possible, and just build a robot.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the reverse kind of happened.
Okay, consider.
Yes.
Metal Sonic wants to be like Sonic because he thinks Sonic is cool. This is his version of Teen Rebellion. He was just a robot, but he decided he wanted to be. He's Sonic's fanboy, and it's sort of weird. Sonic out, and Eggman is just like, my Metal Son, come back.
It could
Metal
be
Sonic
both.
is already my son. I love this idea. Yes.
It's both. It's both ideas.
Yes. It's good.
He tries to make a good son, and then his son wants to be a fucking cool teenager and smokes cigarettes.
Which is already what Metal
It's
Sonic
like,
does.
it's like, my son, please, you don't even have lungs.
Please consider the secondhand smoke you're producing into the world. This is not right. Then I'll vape, Dad. I'll fucking vape. No!
I need to see Metal Sonic vaping.
Okay,
Can we have that be our ending note? Can we
Yes.
immortalize this episode by embedding it in we need to see Metal Sonic vaping?
Yo. Also, I do not condone vaping. Please, kids, don't start. It's still as bad as smoking.
Okay.
You
Don't
can
vape.
meme about it, but don't do it. It's bad.
Yeah.
Just like don't vape, don't do drugs, and don't excessively drink. This has been your PSA from
Yeah,
Dream
evil Sonic
Eggman.
vape. You want to be like evil Sonic?
Sonic would vape. He has to keep his lungs clean for running around everywhere at top speed,
Yeah.
All
like hurtling
right.
off cliffs and stuff.
But yeah, I think that's a good note to end it on.
Me too.
Oh,
Clocky outro.
but meme about vaping.
Clocky, outro.
Dead.
Oh,
Outro.
you cut out like a lot.
Yes, this has been Clocky, reminding you not to vape
This
and
has
go
been
doodle and get lots of sleep.
cool. Yes, you get lots of sleep. This has been Nami. Love girls.
This has been
So-
Gage. Smoke weed every day? No, wait, shit.
Gage, I'm taking your co-host title. No more.
That and Good Guy Eggman will break into your house
I won't actually take your co-host
and knock you out with
title.
sparkles.
I still won't.
3 whole good ideas.
Okay. And I've been your host, Ninja. This is it for Everything is the Same Except. Tune in next week when we have both a regular episode and, let's see. We have Everything is the Same Except, some of the Pokemon are now Vape Clouds. Bye!
Oh,